So far, it's been a pretty good fourth quarter for the big US banks. JP Chase was the first out of the traps on Thursday, announcing a record $24 billion of profit, thanks to a slight increase in revenues and a big focus on costs. Next, on Friday, was Citigroup, with another very good year. And then Wells Fargo also pushed past Citigroup to rank as the number 3 bank now by assets in the US, thanks to strong growth in credit cards, in mortgages and car loans. But the tone from analysts so far has been mixed. They're all wondering, okay, things look pretty good in the rearview mirror, but what about further out? Start with interest rates. In December, of course, the Fed put up rates for the first time in 9 years, and banks were very quick to pass on that extra 25 basis points of spread into the cost of their loans. And at the same time, they kept their deposits about the same. So they've instantly got a fatter spread between the cost of funds and the cost of their loans. And that's good news. But people are wondering, amid all this carnage from China and fears over the global sell-off in oil, is the Fed going to follow up with extra interest rate increases? And what's that going to do to the bank's margins? And then there's asset quality. Right now, things look pretty good for the banks. In fact, they've rarely looked better. If you look at this chart of consumer delinquencies, you can see a slight uptick, but still, after 8 or 9 years of rock-bottom interest rates, things are pretty good for the consumer. But the collapse in oil and all that market uncertainty is creating extra credit costs beginning to feed through into energy portfolios. And banks are now worried about the spillover effects into consumer products like credit cards and mortgages. So put those two forces together, and the outlook for profits is a little bit bleak. As Mike Corbat, chief executive of Citigroup, said on Friday morning, the environment isn't likely to get any less challenging. That's putting it mildly. Ben McLannahan, Financial Times, New York.